Hey Jesse, how you
Hey,
doing
Evan, how
today?
you doing? Good.
Good. Come on in. How was the drive up?
Oh, not bad. Traffic was real light.
Nice.
Nice sunny day.
Not too bad in the middle of the day.
Not at all.
All right. Well, hey, so Jesse, today we're going to do your new home orientation. So there's kind of two main goals that I want to accomplish today. The first one being really educate you on your house.
Okay.
So I know, we've talked about it during the pre-construction meeting. We looked at it pre-drywall, and today's, kind of really looking at it as a finished product. So it's important for me that you know where your water cutoff is, your gas cutoffs, electric panel, where to change your HVAC filter, and then just some general like maintenance and homeowner, homeowner maintenance items that I want you to be aware of. So that being said, we're going to go through that, going by room, talking about areas you need to be aware of. And then as we do that, we'll also make a list of any cosmetic items that need to be addressed before closing. So we've got our tape, and then tape is really for like drywall dings, and then paint touch-ups and like little trim items. And then anything that can't be depicted with tape, we'll put on the list for today on a DocuSign list. And then when we walk the house next week for your closing, we'll confirm all those items are completed. Assuming that they are, then we sign off, and then you head off to closing. So,
Awesome.
that being said, before we jump into it, any questions for me?
No questions.
All right. Well, today's kind of it's a lot of information. So if I'm talking too fast or you have questions on stuff, feel free to stop me and we'll get them answered for you. So
Okay.
I like to start in the kitchen. The main reason is there's kind of the kitchen's a heavy hitter of information. There's a lot going on: cabinets, countertops, backsplash, flooring, water, electric, gas. It's all right here. So we can cover a lot of information right here. Once we're done with that, we'll go to the front door. We'll follow the right-hand wall, just all the way around inside, and then all the way around outside, and then send you off on your way. So that being said, you got granite countertops. These are sealed. They do recommend that every couple of years you touch them up. Something I use is kind of just an indicator of if your top is starting to lose that seal a little bit, is if water stops beating up on it. So like if you're washing your hands, water splashes on the top. If you see it kind of spread out real fast, or start leaving dark spots from like where it's kind of soaking in, that's an extreme term, but kind of saturating in, that's a good indicator of time to put another sealer on the countertop. And that's something you can find at Home Depot, Lowe's, Amazon. You can get that. As far as cleaning, I recommend they make granite cleaners, but for just your everyday, paper towel, a little bit of water, wipe it down, should be good to go. On your sink too, just on these stainless steel sinks, they're great, they're durable. Something to be aware of: if you don't want it will get scratched over time as silverware utensils are in the bottom, getting moved around. They make little grates for them, that it's like a little wire mesh where everything kind of sits off. Kind of help kick that can down the road of it getting scratched out, but just something to be aware of. This is a pre-filter, so there's nothing actually attached to this one. It's just for if you wanted to do a water filter after the fact, we just go ahead and give you the spigot for it. Say you don't want to do that, or you do a whole home filter from the garage and you have no need for this, you can leave it, you can remove it, and you can cap it off. Or a lot of people will use this existing hole for like a soap dispenser, or you can even do like an air gap for your disposal, which is just a button you press instead of reaching under the cabinet. So got a few options there. Sink real straightforward. Got hot to your left, cold to your right. Button for the spray, and then it's on the hose. All of this is included in your warranty, so we'll kind of talk about warranty as we go through, but your plumbing is for 2 years, so your plumbers cover you for items if this were to start leaking or failed entirely. That applies to your toilets, all your sink faucets, shower faucets. Is covered for 2 years. And then in addition to that, mowing fixtures have a limited lifetime warranty. So say in 5, 6, 7 years, something were to happen to this, you could then on your own go submit a warranty request directly to Moen. And have that looked at. This is an air gap. So this is basically I'm trying to think of the word. If your dishwasher clogs up, it has a relief point here. So water could come out of it. For the most part, what happens is it kind of burps a little bit. So it's more, if it clogs up, you get some air kind of burping out of it. The main thing is you have a slot on this side. You want to keep that pointed at the sink because that's where the water's going to come out.
Okay.
That's really it right there. Dishwasher on this side. I know your third-party inspector, he already ran it, everything worked on it. That's something we do as well. Once our appliances get installed, we go through and run them all. This one's real straightforward, nothing wild and crazy going on there. Under your sink, a couple things to know. For one, on this side, you have your disposal switch that runs your sink disposal, and then your dishwasher switch. You want to just leave your dishwasher switch on. So that provides power to the plug that your dishwasher is plugged into. So if you ever go to run your dishwasher that doesn't start, check this switch first, make sure you didn't just turn it off.
Okay.
From there, it's a little tight squeeze under here, but I wanted to show you a couple things. So on your hot and cold water supplies, you're gonna have a cutoff at every single one of them. So you turn it 90 degrees to the right, and that isolates that water right there. So keep that in mind for that's gonna be at all your toilets and all your sinks.
Okay.
So if you ever have a leak, you know, at like the base of the toilet or a sink starts to leak, you can go underneath, you can shut it off, and then call your plumber or submit a warranty ticket for us, and then we'll get you taken care of.
Oh, okay.
So that's what that is. These two down here are just clean out, so if your sink ever were to get clogged up, the plumber has access to snake in there and break up that blockage without having to cut into the sheetrock. Everything else down here you don't really need to mess with. Disposal here. You do have a wrench in the drawer, so if it ever gets in a bind, there's a socket for it down here. You turn it, and that'll turn the blades manually.
Okay.
Help break everything up.
All right.
As far as cabinet maintenance, cleaning, you know, just like, you know, if stuff gets on it, for the most part, you get it off with just a wash rag and some water. A light soap isn't going to hurt it at all. Just make sure you dry it afterwards so you don't have water sitting on it. And then a very light use of a magic eraser for some heavier marks is a pretty good friend of homeowners. On your outlets, so your kitchen is GFCI protected because it's in a wet area. And so if this outlet were to stop working, you might see that it's tripped. You'll have a little light indicating that. All you need to do is come back over here to the reset button, press it, and you're good to go. Should that continue to trip, by all means, feel free to submit a warranty ticket, let us know. These newer outlets, they get a little more sensitive each year, and so sometimes they get a little trip happy, and we have to swap them out. So that's something to be aware of. On your microwave here, open it up, pretty straightforward process. It does vent to the outside of the house. So this, instead of it recycling into the room, it's actually going to take that air outside.
Okay.
Just so you know that on a windy day, you may hear a little flapping, just the flaps on the outside box. They're just coming up and down, so nothing to be afraid of or alarmed about, just something you might hear. Range here. Sometimes when they sit a little bit, you gotta clean them out. But working as we should.
Okay.
Should you ever smell a gas leak while you're cooking or walking into the kitchen, you're gonna have the gas cut off in your cabinet box. Help 50/50, it's over here. So you can see that valve down there with the yellow handle. So you turn that handle to where it's pointed up and down, and that will shut off the gas supply to your range.
Awesome.
That covers your range. Pantry over here, pretty straightforward. Got your 4 shelves, light switch over here on the left-hand side. Really not too much you have to worry about in there. Something you may notice just over time is a homeowner maintenance item. Door handles, they get used a lot. They start to get a little loose. If they do, you just save yourself a flat or Phillips screwdriver, tighten down the screws a little bit, snug it up, and you'll be good to go.
Okay.
And then I know you're bringing your own refrigerator, but your refrigerator will go here, and then you have a water supply down here for your ice maker. Just hook that line up, turn the valve on, and you're good to go. I do recommend that you go through a couple, like maybe 2 batches of ice and dump it out, just to get that line with fresh water in it before you start using it.
Okay.
So that's really it in here. With that being said, we're going to go to the front door, and we'll go ahead and start walking through, making our list of any other items that we see. And then once we're done with that, we'll move to the outside.
Awesome.
All right, Jesse, so we got one more room left. We're going to go check out the bathroom here. Coming into the owner's bathroom, you've got your double vanity. One thing to be aware of on these cultured tops so that they do not have a sink overflow. So if you
Okay.
if you pull the plug to fill it up to do something and you walk off, it will overflow. So just keep that in mind if you're doing stuff in here. Real straightforward from there though. Got your large mirror, you got your vanity light. That was part of your upgrades that you selected when purchasing the house.
Okay.
Cabinets, everything else here is real, like as far as maintenance and keeping up with it is very similar to how you would treat the kitchen with your countertops, you know, soap and water. Underneath here, again, you have cutoffs for all of your supply lines. So same as the kitchen, you just turn it 90 degrees and that'll turn it off if you ever had a leak. On your shower side, one thing I recommend is get yourself a squeegee to just keep up with that glass, keep the hard water stains off of it. And then several cleaning agents or companies make like a Rain-X basically for your shower glass. So it'll help just kind of get that water to beat up and to fall off. Makes it a little bit easier on the maintenance side of keeping that glass nice and clean. Toilet in here gets a little cramped in there, but you can take a quick look, and then just so that you know, your shut-off valve is down here underneath the tank for if it were to ever start leaking. And then last, let me just show you your closet. There's closet rods throughout, and then this panel up here is your low voltage panel. So that's where all your security and internet is going to terminate. So when you get your internet, AT&T, whoever you go with out here, show them this panel, and then show them that Smurf tube that we looked at outside by the gas meter as well, because it'll route your fiber to this box. Okay. So that being said, let's go back to the kitchen. We'll do a quick wrap up and then get you on your way.
Awesome.
All right, so now that we're back in the kitchen after walking the house, one thing that we didn't get into at the beginning that I want to just cover with you briefly, and we'll go into more detail at our sign-off walk, but that is your warranty. So I know we touched on it just a touch with the plumbing. But we have what's called it's a 1-2-10, and so it's a 1-year wall-to-wall warranty, and that covers workmanship. So now workmanship is a bit of a key word. You know, if your cabinet door falls off in 9 months, it shouldn't fall off. That's a workmanship problem. We're going to come take a look at it. If you're walking around though and you spill coffee on your wall, that is not workmanship. That's just a good old-fashioned mistake, and that's why we give you touch-up paint. So that workmanship is a bit of a key word, but at the same time, if you have questions, don't ever hesitate to submit a warranty ticket. The worst thing that's going to happen is we're going to say no, and if that's the case, we're going to explain why and do everything in our power to point you in the right direction of what you need to do to get it resolved. You have a 2-year mechanical warranty, so that's going to cover your plumbing, HVAC, and electric. And then all these tickets will go through us. David, our warranty manager, will show you how to submit a warranty ticket at your sign-off walk. But when in doubt, submit that ticket and we'll take a look at it for you. And then lastly, you have a 10-year structural warranty, so that covers your foundation. So should something happen, say in 7 years, your foundation shifts and it damages not only the foundation, but the brick veneer outside and part of your roof, then you would be covered for anything that's affected by that foundation failure. Last thing on warranty that's a little bit unique is GE. That is strictly through GE. So once you move in, there's little warranty cards in the drawer for you. We'll have them all in a little packet. Just get those items registered once you move in, and then should something happen with your appliances, you would submit a warranty directly to GE. Now, in the event that GE is hard to get a hold of and they're not helping you out and you have concerns about it, you're still welcome to submit a warranty ticket to us. We're happy to help you with that, but the first thing you need to do is contact GE. That being said, though, that kind of covers warranty. David will bring you a packet at your closing walk with more information, the actual warranty agreement, and what's covered, what's not covered for you. You can look at it. That being said, that's really all I have for you. So we've got our list, we've got our blue tapes, we've kind of gone through the ins and outs of the house. Our next walk is the end of next week, and we'll look at all these items, make sure they're completed, and then send you off to closing. So awesome. Appreciate you taking the time to come out today, and looking forward to getting you wrapped up.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks, Jesse.